Hi guys, it's me again, your boy is Bongani Masilela. Bongani, the name to remember Masilela. You can find me on Facebook, you can find me on Twitter as Bongani Masilela. I'm a South African young mathematician, poet, and a human rights activist. Lately, I'm becoming an entrepreneur and a YouTuber. I'm trying. Let's see how it works. But for me, it's quite a good thing that I'm able to share stories and influence wherever I can influence. So today I want to speak about how are you able to make money in South Africa at the times of unemployment, and I'm talking this from my own personal experience and experience of other people that are closer to me, that I've seen, friends, family, and that. And it's important that I talk about this topic because South Africa has the highest level of unemployment, and other African countries, so we know, and in Asian countries, in India, there are so many countries with high levels of unemployment. So it's important that we talk about this, that at the times of pain, when you are not employed, what is it that you can do to try to make ends meet, to make a little bit of money, to make sure you pay your rent if you are renting, or to be able to eat or whatever. So that's what I'm going to talk about. And I'm quite natural in my talking. I don't have any bullet points. There's nothing written. It's something I talk from the heart based on my knowledge, of course. So one thing I would really say first, look into your craft, look into your skills. What is it that you are best in? For example, when I lost my job in the bank, I used to work for one of the biggest banks in the country, international banking. Lost my job in the bank, went through a lot of pain, lost a lot of things. I lost my relationships and a lot of things. It's things that I'll talk about in other videos, of course. You'll hear a lot. That's why you must subscribe, because there's a lot that you'll hear from how do you deal with pain and all of that. So when I lost my job, then you'll find that, okay, fine, I went back to a company that I used to work for as part-time when I was still a student. And then they allowed me to come back, luckily, for some time. But then that some time was, in fact, 4 months, because that company, closed down within 4 months. And when it closed down, then I was devastated. I was in a lot of pain. I had to find a way to make ends meet. By that time, I was renting, having my own room elsewhere, away from home, because I never want to stay at home, because you become so complacent when you are at home. So rather go away and be a wildflower, because wildflowers don't care where they grow. What then I did, I realized that everyone knew that, okay, this guy is good with mathematics and all of that. So I had one kid that I used to assist with mathematics, and I advised the parents to say, hey, now I need more clients, because I don't have a job and all of that. It's either I leave your child, I go back home, she won't have a tutor, or please find me a few clients. And of course, based on how I was tutoring the child and all of that, I happened to get more clients, about 2 or 3, and I was able to pay my rent in Johannesburg. I mean, you understand that my rent was 2,400, so I was able to get about 3,000 and all of that. And it's a little, I must say, and when you look in South African rents, but I was able to pay my rent and eat and all of that. So that's one thing that you can do, use your craft. I mean, if you are good in mathematics, if you are good in biology, if you are good in something, or you are a graduate, or or you are post-matric, you've got experience in tutoring and all of that, yes, consider tutoring as one of the things that you can do if you realize that you can't find a job and all of that. Find kids that you can tutor, talk to parents, advertise yourself, go to Facebook, tell them that you are a tutor, you need the 123 people will recommend you. So that is why it's important. Also, if you realize that your marks are quite good than average, find a tutoring company, which is what I did as well. You find a tutoring company that you can work on. With a tutoring company, it's quite easy, because what happens is that you get regular jobs. It's unlike when you just advertise yourself. They do the advertising for you and they get you jobs. But of course, they take certain fees from whatever you do. So find a tutoring company, start tutoring your life sciences, biology, whatever. So that is one. Tutor, be a tutor. And if you have a degree, I would say that while you are tutoring, utilize a certain amount of money to get what we call a TESOL or a TEFL, Teach English as a Foreign Language certificate. And then there are so many, sites that need English teachers to teach online children in Taiwan, China, all across. Especially right now with the COVID-19 hitting us, I think there's going to be a lot of requests, a lot of need for online classes in English to take place, or rather to take space. So look into that tutoring, and if you do have a degree, of course, tutoring English as a foreign language or tutoring English as a second language, you need your degree and you need the TESOL or TEFL certificate. So look into that tutoring. Other than that, let's say you happen not to have a matric and all of that, you are in mostly the township or the rurals. What you can do mostly in the townships or the rurals, you can do what we call Tupperware, sell Tupperware. What people do, they buy stuff, they get stuff from Tupperware, they sell stuff on behalf of Tupperware, and they get a certain remuneration from that, certain percentage. It's either Tupperware or Avon. You sell Avon, and I've seen a lot of people. I mean, I am a client myself to someone who normally sells me Avon, because many people like us, young people, you are lazy to go stand in a queue to buy your sprays. At times we buy groceries, you even forget to buy your cologne and all of that. I don't know about you, I do forget my cologne. And get that get to know can you be a distributor for Avon or an agent, whatever they call it, and work with Avon, or Tupperware. I would say Avon more in the cities and all of that, because you wouldn't find students buying Tupperware. Tupperware would be something that you'd look into when you stay in the townships and all of that, because there are parents who really get to want to buy Tupperware and all of that. And yeah, that's number 2. Number 3, what can you do if you're unemployed and you need to start making money? I would say, get someone, borrow from a friend of someone, borrow from a friend or someone, get a lawnmower machine, mostly in the townships. When you come from spaces like me in the townships, that works. Just by you walking with a lawnmower on a Saturday or on a Sunday, you can repay the person who has borrowed you the money very fast, who has lent you the money very fast. You can repay them very fast, because people in the townships and all of that, you find that they don't own that. It's a luxury for them, So to own a lawnmower, I must say it is a luxury in South Africa. I don't know in the US or Ghana or wherever, but it is a luxury in South Africa. Lawnmower, and then you walk around the streets, you charge. In South Africa, they charge between, it depends where you are, whether you are in the little suburbs or townships. At times it's 30 rand, 40 rand, whatever. So buy a lawnmower, and so that you can be able, a lawnmower machine, so that you can be able to do that on weekends. Mostly, of course, guys normally do that. I'm not sure about ladies, but ladies do a lot of Avon and stuff. Other than buying a lawnmower, what can you do? Find a way you buy. Yes, amagwinya. There are things we call amagwinya in South Africa. Do a small business. Leave this thing of saying, hey, ginamahloni, I'm shy. What will people say? Doesn't matter whether you are a graduate or what. When there's no job, there's no job. Start your business. At the taxis, there are the taxi ranks. You can do what? You can bake amagwinya, fat cakes, and then go to the taxi ranks and sell fat cakes. And by that you can make money. And of course, with the money that you get from such odd jobs or from such small business, you need to put it into good use, because the pain of not having money and the pain of not being able to take care of yourself is one greatest pain for a young person. It's worse, because we have dreams and you find that, no, right now I'm unemployed. All your dreams, you feel like they are going away. So it's always good to find a way to do that. So those are one of the 4 of other things that you can look into. Make sure that you comment and you suggest which videos that we can speak about. But these are fundamental, because there are so many things that we can look into. But I'm talking about things that do not need a lot of money to begin, so that you are able to break through. You are able to have something coming. There are so many other things, but some other things need a lot of money. Just like the lawnmower machine thing, of course you need to go borrow a huge amount of money to buy it. So yeah, it's a little bit of stretch, but it is doable because you can make a lot of money and repay whoever you are owing at that particular point in time. But those are the 4 things fundamental that you can do, not to get rich, but to start being able to close the gap of not having something. When I mean money, by that means you can close the gap of not having money coming through. I can't talk about shares and all of that. That is when now you want the riches. And we'll look into those things in the future videos and all of that. And yes, that is how in South Africa things that you can look into so that you are able to get out of the pain, the financial pain, I would say. Bongs, the bongs. Keep on keeping on. Sure.